Welcome to Meeple Podcast, Season 4.
Welcome once again to Meeple Podcast. As reference websites about Carcassonne at an international level, apart from the websites of the different communities, we have Carcassonne.cat with the WTCOC, the website of the World Championship in Germany, and the one released at the end of 2023, Carcassonne.gg, of Sergei Zakharenko, the Ukrainian captain, with which the organization of the CCL, the Carcassonne Champions League, has been managed. As reference streaming channels, there are many available on Carcassonne, but the most followed are the Twitch channels of Brazil, Taiwan, Mexico and Spain, and on YouTube, Alexei Peguchev and Nalerheim. But as a sound channel, there is only this one, Meeple Podcast. This is the only podcast with interviews with the entire national community in Spain and internationally. Little by little we are getting to know many players, and in other situations such as in this episode, we are lucky enough to have the chance to meet living legends of competitive Carcassonne. CCL champion and 2023 participant and RCP player Vladimir Kovalev, better known by his online BGA nickname, someone you know. Welcome back to Meeple Podcast.
Hello Joaquin, I'm happy to be back on your podcast.
Once again we have the chance to interview you, and I'd like you to refute this idea I've previously commented on. The Carcassonne information scene is growing.
Yes, the community is growing and growing. Despite the fact that many great new games are going to the shelf of history. Maybe in 50 years Carcassonne will compete in popularity with chess, who knows?
How do you see Croatia, Finland, Lithuania and Vietnam joining the WTCOC 2024?
It's wonderful. The more nations there are in Carcassonne family, the better.
RCP and WTCOC, do you want to finally win the World Team Champions crown?
Of course, we really want to finally win the tournament. But I don't like to talk about chances. As soon as my team has confidence in winning before the match, we invariably lose. I think now we are not even in the top 5 of the average elo among the Carcassonne national teams, and it will be even more difficult for us than before. However, I think we have enough motivation, despite the fact that this will be the 5th WTCOC for several players of my team.
In the previous interview you said that you were no longer the same Kovalev of 2016 when you won the World Championship in Germany as an individual. But this time you have won the Carcassonne Champions League, a different tournament, but the closest online tournament to the World Championship in Germany.
Yes. Thanks again to the Ukrainian team for organizing this tournament. Such things popularize the game and give vivid emotions to the participants.
First in the group and then leaving Siegfried Musakello, Alexei LV and Viv on the way in the knockout stage.
Luck has been with me since the group stage. In fact, a few 50-50 losses and I might not even be in the playoffs. And the draw of playoffs was very funny. I met with Siegfried last year and played several games with him in Budapest. Musakello is my personal Carcassonne coach, whom I have known for more than 10 years. And I first met Alexei in 2016 and in 20 23, I played several games and had a good time with him in Germany. As for me, it's very symbolic.
Which game do you remember as the most difficult in this tournament?
With a player from Portugal in the group, I had 50-50 in the last game, and I was also very close to losing the match against a player from Hong Kong. I think my opponent didn't have enough experience there. In the playoffs, maybe only the third game with Alexei was quite difficult. I had very little chance of winning, but I jumped at the chance and gave it my all.
V.Charlot, Viv on BGA, is hated and admired in equal parts in the board game arena. How do you feel about this player? Maybe he complains that you were lucky after the 3-0 win in the final?
I haven't played many games with him before, and I don't remember any toxicity to my side that other players are talking about. It seems that earlier I only played strategic mode with him and we only had constructive conversations. We didn't talk after the match.
Matt Tucker, StatMat on BGA, the current world champion, is the only one who has managed to beat you during this tournament, and that was during the group stage.
Matt was the only one in this tournament who beat me in 50-50. In fact, it would be unfair to him as the reigning world champion if he had not passed the group stage. So I'm glad it happened.
Vladimir, I hope you will continue to enjoy Carcassonne for a long time to come and that we will see it. Best of luck to you for this WTCOC 2024.
I have an example of a person who has been enjoying Carcassonne for more than 20 years, so I will try to match it. Thanks for the invitation again and good luck.
We also have with us the runner-up of the CCL, V.Charlot, Viv on BGA. Welcome to Meeple Podcast.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me.
You won all 5 matches in the group stage. You eliminated Claudio Jorquera, the Chilean, Stroncio, our Spanish teammate, and 71st, the RCP player, in the round of 16. But then came the final against Vladimir Kovalev, someone you know in board game arena. He beat you 3-0. What is like or what is just better than you?
Yeah, I had a rather good run in the early stages of the competition. I was wondering how long it would last. Against Vladimir, I don't think he'll play me. He got an advantage from the draw and played solid mouse to keep it.
In your opinion, is the CCL one of the best basic Carcassonne tournaments on an individual level?
Yes, it really is. It's enjoyable to have a selection of the best people over the planet from every country.
Sir Masnes TV was the French player, a compatriot of yours, who started a tournament with this nomenclature a few years ago, but now it has been taken over by Carcassonne Ukraine on a website that has quickly become a reference point for the international community. What do you think about it?
I think it's a really good initiative from Carcassonne Ukraine. I see that they put a lot of effort in it to offer us a nice event, so many thanks to them.
Give us a prediction for France's result on this WTCOC and which national team is your favorite to win this year?
Well, let's be optimistic and say semi-finals for France. We can hope. We have a good team, stronger and stronger each year. I think China, Japan and RCP are the favorites, but you know it's Carcassonne. Anything can happen.
What is V.Charlot's limit in online competition?
I focus on big events or team events, otherwise I don't really play tournaments on BGA. I remember in 2019 I took part of King of Carcassonne World Cup and I managed to take first place.
Will we see you one day winning the French National Championship and going to the World Championship in Germany?
The official French National Championship takes place in the real city of Carcassonne, and I don't want to spend half a day to go there. Germany is even further away, so I'm not planning to travel there just to play some Carcassonne games, you know. I don't mind that much about titles. Instead, I play the non-official French National Championship held on by Sir Masnes TV, and I already won it 3 times out of 3. I'm currently in the semi-finals of the 4th edition. Soon we'll see if I can keep the crown.
I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for once again accepting the invitation to Meeple Podcast.
Thank you for this interview, and I wish you all have fun on PGA. Bye.
We would like to say thank you to Sergey for following this online event on his website, and thank you to the guests for their insight into what this tournament has been like. To the podcast audience, see you in the next episode. Bye bye.